Finally, I can record. Hello, Eva. Steve here. I see you're very passionate about this subject, and I'm not going to take your feelings lightly on it. There's a few videos I watched of you, and I just wanted to reply to a few different things, so forgive me if I'm going off subject or going in different directions half the time, because I don't have notes in front of me. One thing I want to clear up is, if you believe in evolution, then we came from the primates, right? And although you're correct, in one of your videos you mentioned that without weapons we couldn't kill animals, at least a lot of animals, and that's why you also mentioned that the incisors and your teeth, were not made for eating meat. Whether they are or not, that's not for me to argue, but that's for the people who study the origin of man to say or not. But I will say that our ancestors were scavengers, opportunists. Sorry, there's a bug in here. And when they came across dead carcasses, they used what tools they had, whether it was a sharp rock or whatever they could find to harvest that meat. And you may be saying, well, we don't have to do that today, and you're correct. And you're correct about saying that the human race is very arrogant. That's every day you can see that. I absolutely agree with you there. I'm not sure, maybe help me understand why you must go vegan, other than if you're talking about chickens and their conditions they're put in. I know a lady who has chickens free range basically, and she grabs eggs from the back and brings them in, and no harm, no foul, no pun intended. And as far as say goat cheese and cow's milk and goat's milk, if you're not actually eating those animals, I'm trying to understand what your problem is, other than maybe you think it's just not healthy, which is fine. I will say that a lot of the things that non-vegetarians do are very unhealthy. I mean, listen, there's so many McDonald's around this world, and that stuff is just not healthy. As you say, it's tasty. I give them that, but and very little value to your body as well, I will add. So that's my opinion, by the way. I don't want McDonald's to come after me. Another thing I want to ask you about is what else we were talking about. Well, I lost track. See, I'm going off track a little bit, so just give me a second here and I'll get back on. Here's something I want to say. There's a few things I want to say, actually. So we're primates, and our closest cousins are chimpanzees. Now, I don't know if you've read or seen the studies on chimpanzees. They do eat meat, as well as vegetables, and they are very violent. They're a very violent species. They will attack a neighboring tribe if they find one chimpanzee who's not with his group. They will murder him. Very territorial, a lot like us. So you can almost say that certain things are in our nature, whether it's right or not. Now, as you say, we have communication skills. That's what sets us apart from the chimpanzees. The chimpanzees are very smart animals. So we can't just say blame it. I think that chimpanzee actually puts thought into what it's doing as a group. Another thing is, you bring up that we don't ask animals to be able to eat them. And what I say is, I don't ask a mosquito. The mosquito doesn't ask me if it's okay to bite me, and I don't ask a mosquito if it's okay for me to hit him when he bites me. You understand? I'm trying to figure out the difference. We're animals. A bear is an animal. A tiger, a lion's an animal. A wolf would eat a sheep at any opportunity. A pack of wolves will take down sheep. Cats will attack rats. So, if we're not any better than the animals, then certainly we're not. We shouldn't be put on a higher pedestal when it comes to eating animals. So there's just a few things. I love your videos, and I understand you're very passionate about this, and I'm just throwing some things out there, little food for thought. And be honest with you, I think a lot of us are just lazy as far as food. Some people love to go hunting and love to bring home deer and moose and eat the meat. I understand that. If I could find a better diet that was easy to fix, I would give up a lot of the things I eat. Doing the job I do, I'm sometimes at work 48 hours at a time. Sleep. I'm a firefighter, and it's not really easy. Now that might be a cop out, but it's not really easy to bring your food into work. So a lot of the times we call out, and there's not a whole lot of vegetarian or vegan restaurants in every town across the world. Now when I was in California, you could find them pretty regularly. It wasn't that hard, but listen, I'm in flyover country. I'm in a lot of these red states. Actually, I live in a blue state, but I'm surrounded by red states. We call it flyover country because there's really nothing to see where the area I live in. Not necessarily where I live, but the surrounding area. Basically, I live in the Midwest, so not a whole lot of vegetarian restaurants. So that's what I'm saying. It's really not simple. Now, there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. You were mentioning starvation in other countries and talking about soy, and what I want to say is we have enough food now, and you brought up the United States. The United States has enough food now to feed the world. The problem is, and if you just bring in the whole world, we have plenty of food to feed the world. The problem in these starving countries is not the food. Like if you look at North Korea and some of the African countries, there's food being shipped in all the time. It's the government that is suppressing the people and not allowing the food to get there. Or it's the tribe, some of the warlords in Africa that are not allowing the food to get to the people. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyway, like I said, great video, very made me think, well thought out, very well put. I just don't know what kind of support you're gonna. Maybe you'll change some people's minds. Certainly, I listen to what you say, and I will look for the options. But you can't, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to change everybody overnight. All right, fella. See you later. Hasta la vista.